Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you, and today we're going to make a tower card. Now if you are interested in the Boho Indigo, it's currently on the retirement list, so it is has been massively reduced. It's a beautiful set. So I keep showing you things that you can do with it, and there's lots more to go at. If you shop with me, please use my hostess code up until the 25th of April. So just take a screenshot to do that. The link back to my shop will be on my YouTube video, or you're watching from Facebook. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Right, what you need is a piece of card that is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8. That's right, 5 7/8. So standard card size. You then need to score it at 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. Turn it round and do exactly the same, scoring at a 1 inch, 2 inch and 3 inch. So I don't know whether you can see my score marks. In fact, I'm just going to put my light on because see if that makes it any better. Okay, so now we're going to use our trimmer and we're going to put it on the short side, and what we're going to do is we are going to cut between the two score lines and the bottom two. So how we do this is we're going to put the short side in at the 1 inch that's on the right hand side, so there, so the 1 inch, so put that in at your 1 inch. Now move your blade and use your marker on the side of your blade to be level with this score line. So don't put your blade from the top, put your blade from the score line. So you need to get it exactly at 1 inch. Then you're going to use your blade to just go from that score line. Can you open that will show you? So you're matching that on your blade with your score line, and you're going to pull it down only to the bottom score line. So you're going from the top one, going through the middle one and to this one. Then you're going to lift your blade up. Okay, so I'll just do that myself. So putting it in at 1 inch, got that, and then I'm going to make sure my blade is just on that score line and pull it gently down to the next score line and just line it up with that mark on the side. Okay, so you'll have just got a score there. You're going to lift it up and then put it to this score line after the big chunk in the middle. Make sure you're still lined up with your 1 inch. I'm then going to put my blade back down and cut between those score lines. So what I've done is I've got it in at 1 inch and I've cut between the score lines, lifted my blade up and then cut between those score lines. I am then going to turn it 180 degrees, and why I'm doing that, it's easier to cut on this side when you're just doing the 1 inch, but now I'm going to the 2 inch mark on this side and I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to pop that right on that score line, cut down to that last score line. So I'm just cutting between there and there. I'm going to lift it up, make sure you've got it back in your 2 inch, and then come down to this score line here. So we're doing this score line here again, and we're going to cut from that score line to 1 inch up. Okay, so that's what we've done. We've cut from there to there at 1 inch and putting it at 2 inch, and we've cut from there to there, lifting up our blade, making sure that you do not cut this bit and do that. Now I'm going to keep it on this side because I'm going to do the 1 inch again. So I'm lining it up again on the right hand side of the inch. I'm going to repeat exactly what I've just done. So I'm getting my marker on the side of my blade to go between the two score lines, lifting my blade up, bringing it back down, and again going to cut between those score lines. Okay, I'm going to lift it up and turn it 180 degrees round, line it back up at the 2 inch, and then I'm going to go back in to that score line and just cut down to the 1, 2, 3, the third score line. Lift it up, leave it in position, bring in your blade back down to your score line at the bottom here and line it up, and then we're just going to pull that down, and so we've got that. So we've got it cut exactly the same on both sides. Right, so we'll move the trimmer, and then what we're going to do is we're going to burnish our fold lines. So we're going to bring this one in and burnish just down our fold line. If you've got any rough edges, I'm just going to go over my rough edges. So just smooth those rough edges down. So again, bring in your edges like that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to fold in mountain and valley. So the first one we're going to do is going to be a mountain. So just gently push that into the mountain. And then the next one is going to be into a valley. So we're going to push that. And then the next one is going to be into a mountain. So we're just gently going to push that. The next one into a valley, and the last one into a mountain. So when we've done that, we can bring it down flat, and then we can just go over and just crease down now. Turn it round, move your flap out of the way. You can go back in to give them a nice crease. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. I've just turned my card because at this point it's level all the way, so it doesn't matter whether it's this way or this way because it's symmetrical. Right, so we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to fold into a mountain gently, push that into a valley. This becomes the mountain, that becomes the valley, and then this the mountain. So when we've done that, we can push that over to the side like that, and then we can go back in and burnish. So, okay, and then I'm going to just move that flap out of the way and just give those a nice crease down, and then you can go in the middle and crease these down as well. There we go. Okay, so that's how it should be. It stands like that. So it looks rather lovely. This is a shorter version than the one I have made in previous ones. Oh, I just realised that I was looking for my glue, and I've started my video before I found it, and I had got it out. I was sure I had. What did I do with it? Oh, it's hiding under a case, of course. Right, now we are going to decorate the edges and the front. So what I've got is I've got a panel of, oh sorry, this is Night of Navy. I've got a panel of Magenta Madness that is 7/8 by 5 6/8. Just check that yeah, 5 6/8. And then I've got a panel of the DSP from the Boho Indigo that measures 4, I'll just tell you again. So it measures 3/4 of an inch, sorry, by the 5 5/8. So you want 4 of those panels, and I'm going to do it so that it faces going down like that. So it's your choice. I'm just going to glue these onto my 4 panels now. So you want 4 of these for the front and the back. So just put an equal increment all the way round. Just pop that on one side. So as I say, I've got 4 of these to just quickly do, and I'll just choose them. So I hope you're well, and the sun is shining again today, although it's very cool. It's quite nice. The garden's looking starting to look like spring, so that's really nice. Okay, so we've got 2 there, another 2 to go. So just do these. I've done most of the prep work. It was just these that I need to stick on. So we've got most of the prep work done. So it shouldn't be, hopefully, too long. And the final one here. So this is not my design. I don't know where I first saw. I made one at Christmas for my daughter and son-in-law. It was a taller one, but somebody's come up with some smaller measurements. So I thought I'd have a go at the smaller one. So you can make them taller and smaller. So there are my 4 pieces there, and then I've got, just turn the pattern over, so we've got this lovely flower, and this measures 4 1/8 by 7/8, and then my flower measures 3/4 by 4. So you want 2 of these. So we're going to put 2 of these on. So it's going to go on the top and the bottom. Okay. So I can choose which way up I want it when I've got all my pieces on there. So you could do this in absolutely any colour, really. I could have chosen to do it in the brand new pale papyrus, or the new in colour of the greens, but it has got night and navy in this, so I wanted to use night of navy and magenta badness today. I told you I love the cerise pinks and the navy blues. Blue is my favourite colour. Okay, so I'll just put my pin on there. So we're going to bring it in now, and I'm just going to look at my all my panels, and decided I think that I was going to use those 2 for the front and those 2 for the back. So I'll just pop these on. So all we're going to do is just put an equal increment going all the way round. So we'll just glue these on. Oops. So we can flatten this to do it, so we can just get an equal increment all the way round. There we go. think I've just whoops, my DSP's gone a bit wonky. With all what's going off, you're not going to really notice that, and it tucks in that one as well. So try not to press on to make my DSP go wonky on this one. Okay, and flatten this down again so that we can get that equal increment going off there. That's it, and then we can turn this over and we're going to put the 2 on the back. And I think I've forgotten to cut my layers out for the back. So put this with equal increments all the way round. There we go. And put this one on this side. Okay. There we go. So this is going to be for the front. Now I'm just going to double check. I didn't. No, I haven't got them for the back. So I'm just going to cut a piece of, sorry about this, I get my Magenta Madness. I'm going to put a layer of Magenta Madness. So I'm just going to look at the size. So I want 2 1/4. So I'm going to go 2 1/4. As I say, I thought I'd cut these out. I'll just lift up my papers in case. So 2 1/4. Let's have a look. Oh, that will do it. 2 1/4 by let's see. Am I thinking right? No, I'm not. So I'll go originally 2 1/4. So I want, and my down one is, I'm going to do 5 3/4. And then I'm going to have a piece of Very Vanilla, and that's going to measure 2 1/8, and that is going to measure 5 5/8. Okay, so we'll just double check that right, and then 2 are going to be on there, and then I'm just going to see if the sentiment that's on here will fit on there. Yes, lovely. So I'm going to bring in my Night of Navy and stamp on my cardstock, but I'm going to bring in my stamping mat. So this says a bunch of birthday love to you. So I'm not stamping on that one, I'm stamping on this one. So I love my minis. As I've told you that I have collected this through Paper Pumpkins, or the sets that you sometimes get with the all-inclusive. So I'm going to put this a little higher than the middle. There we go. Lovely. And I'm going to do some flowers on this. I think I'm just cleaning that with my chamois. So put this back, and I will do the 3 little flowers, and I'm going to do that with the Magenta Madness in keeping with what I've got on the front. So I'm just going to ink up my Magenta Madness. I'm going to just get a piece of paper underneath because I'm going to kind of stamp off at the bottom a bit more of Magenta Madness and bring some in that corner as well. So I think I am going to go for the top as well. Yeah, we'll bring that going off there, and we'll put this, I think, there. So I'm doing it a bit random, not uniformed. Okay, so bring off that, and now just make sure I've not got any ink on my fingers. Move these out of the way and put my lid on my ink, and we will glue this down here. So I'm just going to glue that to the back. There we go. So just going to make sure I've got an equal increment going all the way around. There we go. And then pop this in the back here. So we'll glue this on here. And just put that between the two and make sure that you have got an equal increment top and bottom. Just make sure that that folds. Okay, so that is the back of your card. So I think that looks pretty as well. And now we're going to decorate the front. So I have already told you the sizes of these. We're going to put this on the top. I'm just going to make sure I have my flowers the way that I want. I'm going to flatten this out again and just make sure I've got an equal increment going off all the way around. I'm happy with my position. I can put that across, and then we've got one for the bottom as well. So say most colours go with navy blue, and the background of the DSP is the Very Vanilla. So really it lends itself to using any colour that you want really with it, but I just love navy blues and cerise pinks. Okay, so that's there so far. So that's looking rather pretty. And then for the middle bit, I have got a square of magenta. Now, I've used the largest stitch framelit, but if you haven't got one of these, it's roughly around 3 and just under 3 and a quarter, no sorry, 2 3/4, what am I saying, 2 3/4. So if you did a 2 3/4 square in magenta, and I've also got one in the Very Vanilla. So what I'm going to do is only put glue down the center panel. Okay, so you want it down the center panel, not all over, because we've got to allow the card to be able to move. So just put it down the center panel. So I'm just going to make sure that this now is in the middle, top and bottom, and hopefully in the middle there as well. So hopefully I've got that right. And now I'm going to put my Very Vanilla on the top, and that is going to go straight. So I'm going to pop that straight. Probably shouldn't have got glue in the corners, so take a little bit of that off and put this. So I'm looking at the top and the bottom and the sides. So make sure you've got the top and the bottom and the sides. Right, I think that actually the bottom one could do with coming a little bit further over. Down a bit. Okay, I think that's better. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now just make sure that our card is still working all right. And now for what I did. Now, this is the large vase, and I only wanted a small vase. So what I did was I stamped in the Night of Navy on the Very Vanilla, I stamped the whole vase and then used the little die that you've got in it, and I just positioned it so that it was equal on either side and just where that top bit is. So that's how I got my little vase. Okay, now I've just realised that the dots haven't come out, so just get my poker tool and just poke those dots out. Okay, because I like it, it's got dots in, I like the dots to be there. Okay, so that's, okay, doing that. So this is going to go on the front here. And also in the Night of Navy, I've cut a couple of the sprigs out. Now the sprigs are going to be too long, so we're going to trim those, but I'm just going to see whereabouts we want them first before we trim anything off. Okay, and also I've cut the three, stamped and cut the three flowers out. So I'm going to position them something like this, and that's going to be on there, so that's gone straight down there. So first of all, I'm going to take off, because I know I don't want this bit, I'm going to take off that little bit to start with on both of them, so it's going to be easier to handle. I haven't decided how short they're going to be, but I'm going to take that bit off, so I'm just cutting off that bit. So move those out of the way. So they're going to be something like that, and that will go down like so. Have it something like that, I think. I'm going to cut the two leaves off at the very bottom, so I'm just cutting those two leaves off at the very bottom. Okay, so just get rid of those two leaves. So again on this one, I'm going to go for taking the two leaves off the bottom. There we go. There we go. Right, just it's fell on here, so just get this out of the way. That's it. Okay, so you can have your card flat so you can see what you're doing. So again, I'm just going to look for my position on how I want things. So I'm having it something like that, and then the vase of flower can sit on top like that, and then that's going to go something like that. Right, I'm happy with that, so I think that'll work. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on some of the leaves. So just going to put your dab. Hi Victoria, how are you? How's your new baby? Is she good? Oh, but she's growing, because they grow very fast, don't they? How old is she now? Can't remember when you had her now. Oh, so just gently putting those down, and then I'm going to put some dots on here. Oh good, glad to hear that. Oh, 6 weeks already. I can't believe that she's 6 weeks already. Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Won't be long before my daughter's baby's due now, only a couple of weeks. So I will pop the, I think I'm going to pop this on, some mini dimensionals. I think we'll pop the, there's my tiny ones. No, they're not my tiny ones. They're my minis. So I've got some tiny baby minis. So we'll put some minis on here now. That's it. So right on the back of my baby vase, I'm going to stick a couple. So that will just hold that in the right position. So pop it about there, I think. And then I have got my flowers, and I think I'm going to pop those, I'll pop those on dimensional. So I'm going to use my little baby mini and put one on each of the flowers. There we go, each of the flowers. Take the backs off. There. So we'll just pop that to go. I think we'll go there like that. Now I've used one of the sentiments, and I think I'm going to have it at the top, and I'm going to pop that up on some dimensionals, but I don't need my minis. I'll use my big ones for these. And I've just used the Posted For You. I have just used the happy birthday. It just fits really nicely. Sadly, this set is retiring soon. So if you liked the happy birthday font and the other fonts that's in there, I use this a lot. Just a note, and Sending Love Your Way. I just adore that one, and that actually would fit on the bottom there, so it's a great one, and it also goes with the postage. I'm doing the action, can't think of it, punch, that's it. So it is a lovely one, and if you look at these flowers, these are very similar to the flowers in the DSP I noted. I don't know which one it was now, because I've used that many of them, but oh, it's this one, yeah, I think it's this one. It reminded me very much of kind of those flowers in there, so it's very similar to those, and just beautiful flowers. There we go. Right, so the happy birthday I'm going to stick up on dimensionals. So we'll put a couple, that one stuck on the edge, and we'll get a little bit going there. So there, so I'm going to peel the backs off these. Now, the set that I've told you about, that I got the idea from making my mini, just concentration, that's it, there we go. The mini glue dots that I have, I'll say it in a minute, mini glitter glue dots. Where I got the idea from to make these was from the Joy of Sharing card kit. That is a Christmas card kit, and I have got tons of cards that I've made with it, plus I have also got lots of spare bits over, and in this card kit there was these glitter dots in there, and then I have just cut more out of the actual glitter dot thing using my 1/8 of a punch. Now if you don't have 1/8 of a punch, it might work with the I don't know whether it's fancy label punch it's called. It's the one that's got you can make it into a tag, so you can make it into a tag, but it's got that there, and if you punch those out you could make some little dots with those. If you haven't got a 1/8, a 1/8 would be better, but if you haven't, then that's something that you could do. Now, I told you that I use every little bit of my ribbon, and you saw me cut some off yesterday, just a tiny bit. I've saved the bigger bit in here, but I had that tiny bit, and I've just tied a faux bow with it, and so that I've not decided whether I want it. Right, where do you think, Victoria? Shall we have it under the happy birthday, or shall we have it on the vase? Could even have it down there. Where do you think? So help me make the decision. While you're typing the decision, I'll just go back to sticking a few more of my glitter dots on. So I'm gonna put one on my happy birthday, and I'm gonna stick a few around. I think I'll stick a couple more. Looks pretty there at the bottom there. So just my phone, I thought I'd plugged myself in and I haven't, so I just need to plug myself in, make sure, yeah, I've got some power. So looks pretty there. So on the bottom, just there where I put it. Okay, so we will yeah, balance it out. Yep, right, thank you very much. We will get a glue dot on the back of there and pop my bow on the bottom. Is that come a little bit over there? Okay, so we've got hopefully that will hold. So hope you like that. I just really love the Boho Indigo. As I say, it was one of the things when we got the annual catalogue last year. It was on my to get list, and then other things kept coming that I kept putting it to the bottom of the pile. And then when it came that it's now on the way out, and how that it's practically, I think, half price, I just thought I cannot not have it, because I've got nothing with vases. I feel there's so much you can do with it. So I just think it's just so lovely. So thank you very much, Victoria. So it will stand up like that. You've got your lovely back as well. That looks just as pretty at the back. But I just think the Magenta Madness and the navy blue, it's stunning. So in it, oops, that one's not popped the right way, sorry. It fits into a card like that. If you've put the bulk on like me, you probably have to send it large letter, but it folds into a standard size envelope, and then when the recipient gets it, they can put it up like that. It stands like that, so it just looks really pretty. I'm just very pleased with it. So thank you very much for watching. If you want to get any of the purchases and you haven't got a demonstrator, don't forget to use my hostess code so that you can share in the products. I would love to do that for you, so you always get a gift and a thank you card from me. So please pop over to my shop and order. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be a link in the description box to take you back to my Facebook business page where my shop link is. If you want to go straight to Stampin' Up, you can do. Just make sure you put that code in, and that will come back to me. So thank you very much. Do appreciate it. I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Bye.